back. We are back.
That we are.
Did you miss us? I hope so.
We missed you guys.
100%.
Sure.
Always missing the Purple Rain Gang.
The Rain Gang is in full effect again tonight. I see you guys in the chat already.
Going crazy.
Yo. What's up? Spiritual Dove, Zay King 56, Parker Schaefer, Beam Blower. Everybody else that's in the chat room right now, Christopher Swain, Dr. Didi, Joseph Follett. Shout out to all of you guys that are in here right now. This is the Purple Rain Podcast, episode 11, if I'm not mistaken. I'm always getting it mixed up. I need to keep better track of that. But
it's all right.
We have a ton to talk about tonight, though.
We do. We have a lot.
It's going to be a great episode.
But first and foremost, once again, a big happy birthday to you. Hope you had a great birthday. Got the birthday dub. So tell us about it. I want to hear about it. Tell us.
Yeah, man. So my birthday was actually on Sunday. So that means the Ravens were playing that day too. So my girlfriend actually took me out to the city. Okay. And we went to a sports bar to watch the game. And funny story. So we get to this sports bar and we go in there and they have like a bunch of TVs in the restaurant in the bar. And they're like... I'm asking them, hey, can you cut the Ravens game on? Because they had the Washington football game on because we're in Washington, D.C. That's where we were. And I was like, wait a minute. There's no Ravens games on any of these TVs. And so I asked him to cut it on. He's like, yeah, we don't have it. He's like, yeah, we have DirecTV, and DirecTV is like beefing with CBS right now. And I'm like, what?
Oh, wow.
That didn't even make sense. So I was like, okay, whatever. So we leave. We go across the street to another bar. And like we are about to walk into that bar, and the guy who told me, they didn't have the Ravens game, he runs down and like yells across the street. He's like, "Hey, we got it now." I'm like, "All right, man." So we end up going back over there, and long story short, I had to watch it on this baby ass 32-inch TV with no sound. But it was kind of cool though. It was kind of cool because I got to watch the game with no sound, so I got to take the biases and everything of the commentators and the telecasters out of it. So I kind of got a new look at the game, because I was just watching it with no sound, so I didn't get any extra stuff. So it was pretty cool. My birthday was pretty good. I had a good time, but I am definitely glad to be back here with the Purple Rain Gang with my guy Alex. That is simply AS10. You can find him on Twitter or Instagram there at @AlexSilverman_ or simply AS10.prod. Be on the lookout for his highlight videos because y'all know they go crazy. I'm Sutton Def. You can find me on Twitter or Instagram at Sutton Def. But like we said, man, we've got a ton to talk about tonight. A ton. Let's see. How have you been though?
I've been good. So first off, I see some people ask about my jersey. It is a throwback Maryland Len Bias jersey. Rest in peace.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
So it's no Lakers jersey. I'm a Bulls fan. You would catch me wearing it'd be either throwback basketball jerseys or like a Bulls jersey, but I've been good. Man, the game it's always good to just sit back and like there was no stress. Minus the first interception, there really was no stress. But nonetheless, good weekend for me. I'm glad your birthday was good. It's always love to hear that. So let's get to talking to it. I'm ready. I got things I want to say. We got Pro Bowl to talk about. We got Greg Roman to talk about. We got Tyree Phillips to talk about because I know we all saw that play.
We have Dez Bryant to talk about. We have Marquis Brown to talk about. We're going to give you guys a Hollywood update on where he is with his nickname. Is the name back? Is it still pending? I don't know. We'll talk about that. But just recapping some things that we talked about last week. I see somebody put in the chat here that he says, Brandon Collins, what's up, man? He says, you guys hit the nail on the coffin with my question last week. I asked who would have a breakout game, and both you guys called Dez and Yannick. So y'all know Dez had a touchdown, and Yannick, he actually had a sack and a forced fumble, which was, you just love to see it.
Revenge game.
So, yeah. Revenge game.
It just had to happen. It just had to happen. I think that might open the floodgates up. I think it might.
It might, honestly, man. And I'm wearing my my Ravens breakout hoodie right here because right now it feels like we're really breaking out of our shell. You know what I mean? We're really coming out. And let's talk about, just real quick before we get into all the other things, let's talk about first and foremost Lamar Jackson, man. Just as of late, Lamar Jackson, he's been balling. He's been balling.
Man.
Post COVID, he's 71% completion percentage, and he's at 10 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. You know, he's looking pretty good. Is he back to his MVP form? Would you say he's back to his MVP form, Alex?
Not fully, but I'll tell you what I love to see. A lot of less running. He runs if he has to.
Yes.
But he is slinging that damn ball. I mean, I know his interception, I don't get that. I really didn't get that play call. I'm like, come on, let's run the rock. We have JK and Gus. And speaking of that, I was very surprised seeing Mark Ingram a healthy scratch. But seeing him on the sideline still hyping the guys up. Hey, if he can take a pay cut, I'd love to have him next year. I mean, as a vet. But I get it if he goes. But Lamar is looking like a different beast. I'll tell you, man, the throw to Boykin, I was watching some of the coach's videos, and he was breaking it down. Boykin, where he was, like Lamar had to put in a tight window because he had a defender coming after Boykin from 2 different sides. And the where he put it, perfect. Boykin jumped up, caught it, and then the Dez touchdown. Man.
Yeah.
Oh, just scrambling because if that was Lamar last year, he would have ran that in, but sat back, threw it, Dez caught it, and as always, throw up the X. So I'm really glad he got his touchdown. That was definitely a cool moment.
Yeah, man. Lamar, I mean, and a lot of people are saying, like, Lamar looked good throwing the ball. He definitely did. You know, that throw to Dez, there was a throw to Mark Andrews early in the game. I think it was like first quarter, but it was just a strike to Mark Andrews. And I was like, you know, he's looking a lot better post-COVID. That's for sure.
Hey, if we get Mark Andrews the ball out, like, back to hit how he usually plays, like, I'm just hoping the drops don't. I hope Mark Andrews doesn't disappear in these games because these are big games. I don't care who we play. He needs to show up, and he's been showing up recently.
Yeah, I mean, he normally shows up against bad teams, you know. So I think we should be good, you know, with the taking care of business with the Giants and then also the Bengals in Week 17. But speaking of, you mentioned Dez Bryant, and you can see in the title of the video is "Throw up the X." You know what I mean? Throw up the X. And Dez Bryant, he got his first touchdown, and just that play. A lot of people aren't talking about that touchdown play and just the effort that was put on display by Dez Bryant and also Lamar Jackson as well, but by mainly Dez Bryant. He really did his thing to get that ball. So if you go back and watch that play, you think we get in trouble if I brought it up? I should bring it up, shouldn't I?
You can bring it up.
Yeah, man, because he really fought for that ball. And Dez Bryant, he's somebody. I just want to ask you real quick. Do you think that by the end of the season, going into the playoffs, could he potentially be like creep up the ladder of that number 3, number 2, and then maybe the number 1 receiver with us?
Hey, I hope we make the damn playoffs. But I'm really glad you brought this up. There was a play. It was a short pass to Marquis Brown, and he's run out the seam. And guess who his lead blocker is? Number 88. And I'm like, that's what I like to see. Dez Bryant in 2013, 2012 wouldn't have made that block, but he's a team player. I love to see that, and I think if he keeps on doing that, I can definitely see him rise up the depth chart, 100%.
Absolutely, and I definitely hope that happens. Let's see here. So I'm gonna pull up this video for you guys. Should just be just a second.
So while you pull it up, I got the comments up. Our guy Boz said, "Happy belated. Hope you didn't start Ebron."
You know what, Boz? Oh, Boz. You know what? I was thinking about that yesterday. I did start Ebron. I trusted you. I started Ebron. Man. Going into that Steelers and Bengals game before it started, I was like, okay, Gronk only got me 6 points. He was on my bench. Hopefully Ebron can, you know, come out and get me like maybe 10 plus, and he got me a nice healthy goose egg. So that was cool, but I still won, so it's all good.
Perfect.
It's all good.
We'll get that later.
In the fantasy Super Bowl.
Awesome. That's speaking of fantasy Super Bowl. Our guy Boz in my league is in the Super Bowl too, so it's kind of cool.
Hey,
so
that's what's up.
Super Bowl week.
Let's see. So this play right here, you can see. Let's see. Let me actually blow it up for you guys a little bit more. Just the effort, all the effort that was put in by Dez Bryant on this play. So if you notice, like right off the bat, he actually like shoves off his defender. Yeah. He creates space, and then he just has the defender chasing him around the rest of the play. That type of physicality is just unmatched. We don't have anybody else on our roster at receiver. So watch it again. Watch the physicality off the line of scrimmage. You can see him up at the top. So look what he does to the DB. He's just like, get off of me. And then he's got him chasing him
Easy,
around for the rest of the play.
easy, and he
It's
puts his
too
arm up
easy.
like,
Yeah, like throw it to me. I'm open. Like just you love to see stuff like that because who else has that type of fight on our offense in our receiving core?
who
You
has
know?
the body to do that? And only, I'd say Boykin, but he's
Exactly.
not going to use it like Dez would.
Exactly. And Boykin, he's Boykin's good. I liked his touchdown catch. That was a nice catch by Boykin. It was a little bit high. He went up and high pointed that ball like he should have. But, he should be having way more opportunities with his frame. And we talked about
Yep.
it last week. I mean,
Yep,
the
he
chat
did.
told us he's 6'4". Six
Yeah.
foot four.
Yeah.
And probably 200 something pounds. It's like, bro, you should be
And
making that
speedy.
same type of separation. And speedy. Runs like a 4, what, 4?
I think it
I
was
think
a
like a
4.445.
4.4.
So,
Yeah. So it's like, come on, man. Our
that
guy
was
K Dog says, let's see. He says Dez was Bolden-esque on that play. Yeah, physical.
yeah.
You know what I
He
mean?
he
That dog.
he made something happen.
Yeah.
I mean, he wound. It was like we said, backyard street football. If he's
Mhm.
hey, if he starts playing like that way, like we see Mark Andrews do, man. If we just need some help in the playoffs, somebody please lose.
Yeah. And we're gonna talk about
We will
all the
get that.
playoff scenarios and everything like that. Let's see. Boss said there's a drink on me for that. I'm gonna have to take you up on that, bro. And keeping it real says, what up, guys? What's up, keeping it
So,
real? Let's see. Dez still got it. Yes, he does. He still got it.
course.
Even at his age now. You saw on that play how easy it was for him to just move the defender, get open, and catch the ball, make that play.
yep.
So very happy for Dez Bryant, and that's why I was so excited. In the beginning when he threw up the X, like that was crazy. That was
You
crazy.
knew it was coming, and you know how
Yeah.
long he's been waiting. Like just thinking about how the Cowboys game and then COVID comes up, so he has to wait, and then now
Yeah.
he finally is able to play. It's like it's really, 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 really cool to see. So
Yeah.
happy for him.
Absolutely. Noel Chase, love the hoodie, Def.
Who
Thank
doesn't?
you.
Who doesn't love
thank you. Let's see. Is Duvernay the next Jacoby Jones?
He definitely
Good
brings
question.
a spark on the kick
know,
returns. I really
He
like it.
does. He does. I like that. I like that comparison right there. Let's make the playoffs first. Absolutely, Gamer
Exactly.
Guy. Absolutely. One game at a time. The last
I love
week's,
his profile pic.
Yeah.
That's all Ravens fans when we see teams that we need to lose keep winning. Just us.
Yeah. So Alex,
Yes.
just still reviewing that Jaguars game, what was kind of your biggest takeaways from that game? Like biggest takeaways from that Jaguars win. First of all, we predicted the scores from that game and we got
did.
pretty darn close.
You got very, very close.
I predicted that game would end 41-14 in favor of the Ravens. We won
Yes.
40-14. So I was
Yes.
1 point off. 1 point off.
Yes.
But yeah, I've been pretty good on predictions lately. I'm gonna keep trying to, maybe stir up some magic. I don't know what we got going on.
Hey, you've been
First, I thought
killing it. First, a Patrick Queen interception. Now that.
Now
Oh,
this. So let's see. Genie Def. Let's see. But no,
I said
just-
41-7. So I
Yeah.
put too much trust in our defense. But either way, like the fact that we were confident in putting up those points. We were talking about our offense last week. Like maybe it's turning the corner. Maybe that new identity is being forged. Don't
Yeah.
want to get too ahead of ourselves.
Maybe it is. We dropped 40 back-to-back weeks. You know what I mean? Like, it's things are looking up. Things are looking up.
Yes.
I don't know. Don't call it a comeback, But next week we have the Giants. That defense has actually been pretty good.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see what we can do against them, and then hopefully we can take care of business against the Bengals as well. And we'll still need some help to get into the playoffs. But
Yeah.
besides that, just the takeaways from the game now.
Okay. Take away from the games. You want to do maybe 2 or 3 each? Sound
We can
good?
do two. We can do two.
Okay.
Yeah.
First off, I think the pass rush might be coming alive. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. It's a 1-12 team, but the way they're bringing Queen, Bowser was getting in there, Yannick, how even Derek Wolf had a sack. I think that, and then Jude don't have the safety. It's kind of like maybe he starts coming in bunches. Like I said, maybe we're opening the gate. Maybe Wink is finding out what's working. So if this pass rush can really start getting pressure to the quarterback, we're going to see more turnovers because we're going to see more bad throws being made, and we have some ball hawks back there. And the good thing for this is like we are missing Jimmy Smith, Marcus Peters, and Calais Campbell. and our defense still, held them to 14 points and
Yeah.
held a top tier running back in James Robinson to a pretty quiet game.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty happy with that. And then the other one would just be the line. Our guy Tyree Phillips hitting 13 miles per hour on a run.
Yeah.
Oh, put him at Derrick Henry who? Come on.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, man. That play, I literally tweeted. I was like, "This play is living rent free in my head."
It
And
is. I
the
can't stop
Ravens
thinking
Twitter
about
page
it.
liked that tweet. I was
Really?
like,
That's
"Yeah, they did." I was like, "Man, that was probably one of my biggest takeaways from that game." I watched that play over and over again. Gamer God says Tyree Phillips greater than Derrick Henry.
exactly.
Man, the way he trucked Miles Jack, bro. And Miles Jack went -5 yards. He went back 5 yards, bro, after getting hit by Tyree Phillips. That was just, and he held onto the ball.
You
That
see
was
the
the
way
most
he was
amazing
like he
part
was
of
all
it.
like that.
Yeah,
He wasn't doing
he
that.
was
He was
holding
doing
it.
that.
Yeah, he was like, "Nah, you're not taking it, and I'm gonna run you over." That was
Yeah.
you love to see it, but yeah, I mean, I think that definitely was a very important takeaway. Just the pass rush, and then keeping that talented running back to a pretty just a decent game, not a great game, but
Yeah.
a decent game. So
I mean, he had
yeah,
that
I agree.
touchdown. Gardner Minshew, I think he dropped a dime. He is in no means a terrible quarterback.
Oh
Put in
no,
between Queen and Humphrey, but I mean, that was kind of with a really weakened secondary and just our corners. Tremont Williams. I know Devontae Harris didn't even see the field on the defense. He got hurt. Pierre
yeah,
Desir didn't even see the field. So it's like with a depleted secondary, their receivers didn't do too much. So I'm really looking forward to getting everybody back and everybody healthy. And like we said, no Calais Campbell. So maybe him not playing, let him get, rest up. Because this week, I know they have Devonta Freeman, they have Wayne Gallman. Not too sure if it's
yeah,
no Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, but still, it's a big game. So
yeah. Uh, Shoot, my biggest takeaways from the game, honestly, for one, I think J.K. Dobbins is emerging as our number one back.
easily,
Yeah, I
easily.
think going in like this time next year, he'll be our legitimate certified number one like bell cow back. I think so. It's
Do you
trending in
think
that direction.
is he the best rookie running back? I mean, I think him and James Robinson, I think, are the best so far. But he is,
Yeah, I mean honestly, because I mean Clyde Edwards-Helaire, he had an opportunity, but then the Chiefs just stopped running the football, so we never
yep.
really got to see the extent of his potential, at least in his rookie season. But I mean, J.K. Dobbins, he makes a strong argument. He makes a
Hmm.
strong argument, especially coming on how he has in the second half of the season. Like I said, man, I think he's going to be our bell cow back going forward. You know, um, our
Get your
guy Dob.
27 jerseys now. Get them now.
Yeah, get him now. Get him now. I might get me a J.K. Dobbins jersey. I was telling my girlfriend that I was like, I need a Marlon Humphrey jersey, a Mark Andrews jersey,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna need a J.K. Dobbins jersey. I know I'm gonna need that. Just having Dobbins on my back, I know
One
that'll be tough.
purple, one white, one black. Get all colors of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the whole, the whole spectrum that we got going on over
Yes.
here in Baltimore. But yeah, J.K. Dobbins is emerging as our number one back. Also, our secondary needs to get healthy, and they need to get healthy fast
Yep.
because we only have 2 weeks left in the regular season. And of course, we know if we make the playoffs, we're gonna have to play wild card weekend, obviously.
Yep.
So we have to get ready for an important game very, very quickly. And if we don't have Jimmy Smith and Marcus Peters ready to go, we could be in a little bit of trouble. And you can see
Yes.
Marlon Humphrey these past couple weeks, he hasn't been like, the Marlon Humphrey that we know and love. Just shut down every play, which you can't expect a guy to shut down somebody, every single play. But there's been times where he's gotten burned a few times. It happened against the Jags, it happened against the Cowboys, and it happened against the Browns.
The Browns. Three straight games.
It's 3 straight games, back to back to back. So I think that we
Talk to
definitely
him.
need that secondary needs to get healthy, and it needs to get healthy fast.
100% agree. I mean, you're just
Yeah.
spitting facts right now. Spitting facts.
Let's see. Emmanuel says that's because Marlon doesn't play the ball.
Ooh.
You think he's because like he lets the receiver catch it and then he tries to
He tries
punch
to
it out?
punch it.
Yeah.
Could be. It could be. I mean, I think also he'll try to punch it out when the ball is being thrown. So if he times it right, his arm goes up there and then he hits the ball out, which I've seen him do a few times.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think we've been spoiled with Marlon Humphrey, so it's we're not used to this. We're not used to
Yeah.
him, getting caught on. But I
Yeah.
think it's just coming soon. I think the pick, and speaking of defense, our guy LJ Fort got robbed of a pick six. He got robbed.
Did he?
I was
Oh,
so
man.
hurt.
I was
I was
hyped when I
I
saw
was
that,
like,
bro.
okay, because he was gone. He read it
Yeah.
perfectly, and catching it and then roughing the
Yeah.
passer. Like, oh,
Let's see. Joseph Follett, he says, he's asking, when did Marlon get burned versus the Browns? I think it was Michael Gallup who caught a touchdown on him,
that
if
was the
I'm not
Cowboys game.
mistaken.
Then the
Oh,
Browns
no.
game.
Yeah, the Browns. Yeah, I'm
The
tripping.
Browns game, I know it was a
Who was
Kareem
it?
Hunt. They it was like out the backfield is his lane, and Kareem Hunt just like went right by him. So
Really?
yeah, Hunt got him. I think it was the one to give him the touchdown to give him the lead. The last one they scored.
Yeah. I see the chat. They're saying Hunt. Yeah, got burnt by a running back. Happens, man. Happens sometimes. Same thing happened to LJ Fort, but that's not his fault because he's a linebacker. So,
Yeah.
let's see. King 56 says against the Titans too. How about against the
Yes,
Titans?
AJ Brown and Corey Davis were cooking our cornerbacks the whole game.
Yeah, dude.
That was a bad.
Marcus Peters get shit on. Yeah, man. It's Marcus Peters. We just need him healthy. You know, when he's actually into the game, he's actually a very, very good, an important piece to our.
He will
offense,
tackle
just
too.
backing up.
That whole myth of him not tackle. He will tackle. He will
Right.
tackle.
Right. And did you see him in the Wired last week?
I did. I did
Yeah.
see him.
Yeah. You got to get a little bit of insight on, to how Marcus Peters is on the field, and I liked what I saw. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think he was telling guys, giving guys advice. You know what I mean? He was fiery, talking trash and stuff. You love to see stuff like that from
Loved
your
it.
cornerbacks. So
That's what football is all about.
yeah,
Talking trash.
exactly.
Hitting mouths.
But yeah, but those are going to be my two biggest takeaways from that Jaguars game. Overall, just a great W from us.
Yeah.
We needed that one. We needed that comfortable, like, let's just get these guys out of the way type W. We didn't need a heart attack on
Yeah,
Sunday. Like,
I
that was
agree.
something that we did not need. This was a huge confidence booster for us as well, knowing that, like, hey, we are still those guys. We're still that team that can walk
Yeah.
in and, we can blow a team out like it's nothing. And nobody really talked about it this week, or nobody is talking about us blowing out the Jags because the Jags are 1-12.
Exactly.
But, we also played a really, really good football team, and no one wants to talk about that. We have to wait to the playoffs to get our credit. But with that being said, there is somebody else on our receiving core that we have to talk about.
Uh oh.
His name starts with Marquis, last name Brown.
Oh man.
Mr. Marquis.
It's that time.
Hollywood Brown. We're going to give an update on him, what we think about Marquise Brown. Does he
Okay.
deserve the nickname? Back again. Who are we to really say whether he deserves a nickname or not? But hey,
Who are we?
as
Just a couple
Ravens
of guys.
fans, we're just a couple of guys. But as Ravens fans, we want to see, we just want the best for Marquise Brown.
Yes,
That's
we
all.
do.
You know what I mean?
So-
So we want to see him really embody that Hollywood name.
I think while we talk about it, I want the chat to say, are you giving the name back to him? Or are we keeping the Marquise?
Yeah.
Tell us.
Marquise or Hollywood? Is he Marquise or is he Hollywood right now? Let us know in the chat, because we don't know.
Man. We don't because, he had no drops. He was running routes crisp. I mean, and then the deep pass caught it. I mean,
Beautiful.
it was a beautiful throw by Lamar outside the numbers. Thought he couldn't do it. But it was a dime. Beautiful. Wow. This is like a big debate. This is like the biggest debate out right now. Is it Marquise or Hollywood?
What did he have? Like 5 catches for 90 yards or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he had a pretty decent game. I think that I can't give it back to him yet. I still say it's Marquise. Like, just finish the season strong. You know what I mean? Finish the season strong. I don't want to give anybody any sort of crazy title unless they perform how they need to in these next 2 games. Let's see. Derek Ritter. Shout out to Derek Ritter. That is my boy from home. Yeah, one of my homeboys. We're definitely
Welcome to the stream. The Purple Rain.
I'm gonna get my guy on the show one day.
Okay.
He said he's been playing like Hollywood the last 3 games. He has.
So
Man.
I actually want to bring up a really cool stat.
Sure.
Steeler fans, please close your ears. Marquise Brown has 49 receptions for 703 yards. Okay. Juju Smith-Schuster, 82 receptions, 670 yards.
Ooh.
So are we just kind of expecting too much out of Marquise Brown? I mean, because thinking about it, he had some really, really bad games. Tennessee game, the Cleveland game.
Yeah.
I mean, he was dropping, but then he made it up. And then I think the whole Soldier tweet really had fans on his back. I think that's kind of when it started.
Painted that target on him.
Exactly. Exactly. So it's like there's a receiver here who has 30 plus less catches than another receiver in a team that is pass heavy and has more reception yards than them. It's like maybe we're just putting too much on Marquise, but we'll see.
Yeah. Uh, maybe we are. I think that mainly the reason why you see that Juju stat. What would you say, like 82 catches for 670 yards or something like
Yep.
that? Yeah, I mean it's the short passing in Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah.
Like the
But
slants and
30
over the
plus
middles.
more catches, and that's what's kind of, if it was 10 or 10 to 15, I get it.
You're right.
But
You're
30,
right.
I was like, man, I saw that. I was like, wow.
Yeah, that's kind of a lot. It's kind of a lot more catches, and our good friend, our good buddy Juju Smith-Schuster, he hasn't been playing all that well lately.
Corvette.
Last night he actually got smacked. He got smacked by Von Bell on a
Yeah.
play against the Bengals, and didn't look too pretty. I don't know what his final stat line was last night, but I know he had a fumble in the beginning of the game.
He had like two
What's that fumble?
catches for like, I can pull it up right now.
Yeah.
It was a very, very ugly stat line.
Yeah. I think they said like he's made more TikToks this year than he has like receptions or something like that,
Oh,
which is like
three
funny.
catches, 15 yards.
3 catches for 15 yards. Wow. All right. Well, Juju Smith-Schuster, it sounds like need to stop doing all that dancing on other teams' logos, man. Just focus on the game. Lock
And the,
in. Why don't
and we're
you?
Steeler fans right now. I'm
Yeah.
rooting for you. I was like, okay, if they win this
Yeah.
game, they get their momentum back. They beat the Colts. We need that. And I'm like, I don't have any faith now. I
Yeah,
mean,
man. How? Oh God, we got to talk about that too. We got to talk about that too. Can we talk about that now?
let's do it. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, man. Like, it's. I don't know what we're gonna do if we win out and we still don't make the playoffs. Like, I don't
It just wasn't meant
because
to
of the
be.
Steelers. It just wasn't meant to be. Like the Dolphins keep winning. The Steelers are losing now, and now we need them to beat the Bengals. Well, not the Bengals, but the who else do they play?
Who, the Steelers?
The Steelers.
They play the Browns and the Colts. Colts
Browns.
this
Yeah.
week, Browns next. But my thing is, the Browns play a Jets team that just beat the Rams. The Rams are no soft team. So the Jets already lost the number one overall pick. They don't have it right now. So you know what? Go ahead and beat the Browns for us because you don't have it anymore because the Jags are going to lose. They're going to lose easily.
See, I don't think they have the talent to beat them though. I don't think the Jets have the talent to beat the Browns. I think the Browns I think the Jets caught the Rams off guard. I think the Rams kind of went into that game probably sleep a little bit like, hey, it's the Jets. They haven't won. They're not playing for anything. And then boom, next thing you know, they lose. The
Yeah.
Browns are not going for that. You know what I
Okay.
mean? They're gonna know like, and this is coming from another AFC team. You know those AFC teams they're built different in the AFC conference. You know what I mean? So I think the Browns will definitely take care of business against the Jets. But hey, if the Jets want to beat the Browns,
Hey,
hey,
please.
please,
But
by
speaking of
all
the Dolphins,
means.
I've
Yeah.
really, if there's any team I think will lose this week, it's the Dolphins because I think now in Oakland, well, in Las Vegas, Marcus Mariota is playing to show other teams he is still a starting quarterback. Because in
Yeah.
that Thursday night game last week, he looked damn good.
Yeah. Threw a couple
And
dimes.
yeah, and he really had them in that and just Herbert magic, the Herbie magic. But I'm a big Raiders fan this week. I think they can pull it out against the Dolphins.
They need to.
They do.
Jesus. We need the Dolphins to lose so bad, man. Like it's getting because what's their record?
Same as us.
Same as
9-5.
us. And they hold the tiebreaker over us because they have more conference wins. No, or division
Yeah.
wins, right?
I think it's conference because all of our losses I think are to AFC opponents. Titans,
Yeah.
Patriots, Steelers, and then what was the other one? I missed another one. Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs. Yeah.
Yep.
That was the first one.
Yeah.
Let's
Started it off.
see. Fatal Storm Clan says, "Can I ever come on the show?" You know, we might start doing like some call-ins. I think that
Yeah.
would be a pretty cool thing
I
to
think
do.
I'll be
Like,
with it.
yeah, yeah. Well, we're gonna talk about that. We might start doing call-ins for guys. Let's see. Yeah, the Chiefs. Thanks, guys. Uh, so I mean, just the scenario of us to get into the playoffs, like. I think we still have a very high chance. I think they've got us at about what, like an 80% chance to make the playoffs.
We have the
right
best
now, or
chance
something
out of
like
like every
that.
team left.
Yeah. So
And just in true Baltimore
which is weird.
fashion, man,
We don't control
I'm
our own
just
destiny.
I'm just getting flashbacks to the 2017, like the whole Tyler Boyd. I'm really get,
Please
but it's
don't
like,
break our hearts in week 17.
we had to win that. Like, we win and we're in. Even if we win, we're not in. So it's like maybe somebody else gets their heart broken this, because I can't wait until week 17. I need somebody to lose this week. I don't want to be
Yeah,
scoreboard watching week 17. I just want to
yeah,
be worried about the Ravens.
yeah. But I mean, it's gonna be a good week. I just think that the Dolphins, they have to lose. I love Tua. Listen, I'm a big fan of the young QBs in the league, but Tua, I need you to make a couple rookie mistakes this
Yeah,
week. I need to throw some interceptions. Okay,
yeah.
drop the ball a few times. I don't know, do something.
Why not?
Because I need my Ravens to make the playoffs. It's not y'all time. We waited. Listen, we've been waiting for years.
Hey,
Sorry, Dolphins fans.
they play the Raiders and the Bills. And I
Yeah.
think the Bills have some. They're playing for seeding now,
Hmm.
because I think they have the same schedule as the Steelers. So
Yeah.
it's like, I mean, the same record. So it's like they're the good thing for us. Teams still have to play for something. So I don't think. I think maybe the Chiefs will be the only team benching starters.
Hmm.
Doesn't affect us.
Yeah. So yeah, at this point in the season, we're still not in control of our own destiny. Week 16 is going to be massively important for our playoff hopes and chances and stuff like that. If we can get the help that we need, if the Colts can lose,
Yeah.
if the Dolphins can lose, we have a legitimate, and when I say legitimate, I mean like dang near almost guaranteed after week 16 that we
Yep.
can make the playoffs if that stuff happens.
Just win out. Like I said in the last one, just keep winning.
Just keep winning. That's all we need to focus on. Let's see. So I'm gonna get to uh, I'm gonna get to some of the questions that we have in the chat right about
Okay.
now. Let's
Okay.
see. Fatal Storm Clan says, "I gotta go. Bye, guys. I'll still be watching the vid simply, and I may watch the rest of the stream tomorrow."
Hey,
Thank you, bro.
thank you for
Have a
coming
good
out.
night. Yeah, thank you for coming and watching the show. Make sure all you guys watching the show right now. We've got the most people that we've had watching live like
Oh
ever.
wow, 42.
So yeah, so make sure
Ooh,
you guys like the video and
like
also
it.
subscribe to the
Sub
channel if you're new here. Why not?
100%.
Helps us out a ton.
Every
Join the
Mondays
rain
and
gang.
Thursdays. But this is
Yeah,
this is a little different. A Tuesday, we're switching up like the
yeah,
NFL does. We had to delay it one day.
yeah,
So
yeah. So let's see. I saw a question in here. There's a couple of things that we need to talk about.
some
Christina
very good
Williams, she says,
questions.
"Did you hear some teams have interest in Wink Martindale for head
I
coach?
did.
What do
I
you think about
did.
that?"
I did. I don't want to lose Wink. I mean, the defense isn't playing as good, but Wink is just he's just was born to be a part of the Ravens organization, Was a linebackers coach, then got promoted, like kind of just seeing one of our homegrown guys. I don't want him to go, because he's
Yeah,
kind of the relationship he has with the players. It's You can't just bring anybody in and have that.
yeah. I'm gonna miss
Which
the slick back white hair with the chain
Yep,
and the belly hanging
the
out.
cut off sleeves.
Yeah, man. Wink Martindale, he is one of the Ravens goats, man. We have to appreciate him for what he's done, for our organization
Yep.
in these past years. And I definitely don't I hope that he doesn't leave, but if he does, I can't be mad at it, Can't be
I'll be
mad
rooting
at
for
it.
him. I'll be rooting for him.
Yeah, I'll be rooting for him wherever he goes. It's kind of like when Rex Ryan wasn't our defensive coordinator anymore after he left the Ravens. Still rooted for him, wherever he went,
Speaking
but
of former coordinators, Jim Caldwell, the former offensive coordinator, just interviewed for the Texans head coaching position. So
mm,
hopefully he gets that. I mean, if I'm the Texans, I'm looking at Eric Bieniemy, because him with
yeah.
Deshaun Watson would go crazy. But
Oh, Bieniemy
hey,
and Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson is still low key one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
if they had a better record, I say he deserves some MVP looks, because he has had a great year. He's had
Yeah,
a but just his team is just, and his best target, Will Fuller, suspended.
suspended, no D Hop. It's just like, and then who do they have at running back? What?
Dave Johnson, Duke
David
Johnson.
Johnson and Duke and David. Yeah, at running back. It's like, what do you do with that? Um. So yeah, that takes care of that question. Why Jumper? What's up, man? I don't think I've seen you around these parts
Welcome to the
before.
stream.
Welcome to the stream. We appreciate you for coming through. He says, "Do you think if we don't pick up a tight end, do you think we could go for Pitts in the first round? The tight end out of Florida. We're not gonna get him.
He's top 10, top 15. We're not getting that.
Yeah, we're gonna be.
I
We're
mean,
gonna be
I
too
just can't
far
see
out.
us trading up for that, because it's one thing if we didn't have Mark Andrews, but we
Hmm.
do.
Yeah.
So, and we have a few undrafted guys who I think they intend on developing
Yeah.
them. So it's not. I think we'll pick up maybe one undrafted, but I don't think it's. Well, nah. Pitts isn't coming in.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Let's see. Um, Rush Bash, shout out to you for joining, man. He says, y'all concerned for the Steelers based on the way that they're playing since they got the Colts coming up. Ooh,
Yes.
yeah. The Steelers have to look themselves in the mirror like right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
100%.
they got off to that amazing start, that
11-0.
historic start, 11-0, and then they dropped 3 straight. They haven't won a game since they played us, right? Since
Even
they beat
that
us.
they look suspect.
Yeah, they did. They look very, very suspect in that game. So I'm worried about the Steelers legitimately now, and
Yeah.
I don't want to be worried about the Steelers. That's the thing.
We are
Like,
Steeler fans. We are
we're
rooting
fans right
for the
now.
black
We're
and yellow.
rooting for them. We need the black and yellow boys to go out there and get those dubs for the rest of the season, so we can have a better chance to make the playoffs. So
Yeah,
get your ish together, Pittsburgh, because we need you.
we do. Hey,
Yeah.
Juju, go Corvette in the end zone. We need them, please.
Let's see. Christopher Swain, he says, who would you rather have be your defensive coordinator for the Ravens, Wink Martindale or Dean Pease?
I was never a fan of Dean Pease, and the way how he retired in Baltimore and then went to go to the Titans just for them to come and beat us.
Yeah. I would
Please
definitely take Wink.
don't
sure.
take this the wrong way, but fuck Dean Pease. Honestly,
Ooh.
that was you don't retire, say you're done with football, and then 2 weeks later go to a different team. Come on, that's not right.
Hey.
Team Wink forever. The mullet and all. The mullet and all.
Let's see. Fatal Storm Clan says, can you predict the Ravens winning the Super Bowl because you predict a lot of things?
Please, let's hear it right now. You know what?
Oh man,
not the Super Bowl, but what team do you think will lose? What team will crash out of the playoffs to make the Ravens make it? I'll ask you that.
I'd have to see the Colts, because I know the Colts play the Steelers and the Dolphins play the Raiders, but who do they play after that is the question.
Okay, so the Colts schedule.
Yeah, let's see.
They get the Steelers and Jaguars for the Colts.
So they got the Steelers and the Jags. Okay,
for the Dolphins, Raiders, and Bills.
Okay. We can work with that. The Dolphins, they could lose out. They could. It's possible. I know they're playing some good football right now. But listen, John Gruden and those boys, they're Rough Riders out in Las Vegas right now. And I think they got something to prove. They got a chip on their shoulder, got a whole new stadium. They play well. They play to the level of their competition pretty frequently, excluding a couple of games. But I think that's definitely an opportunity. I'm going to go with the Dolphins, man. I think that they could probably drop out of that spot. I think the Bills can get them out of the way.
They play primetime Saturday football this Saturday, December 26th. Nice. Hey, let's hope, we're after Christmas. Maybe a Christmas miracle in Baltimore. A late one.
Maybe. Let's see. Stay Mellow V2. What's up, man? I think you're new here as well. Shout out to you. Thank you guys for joining the channel. We love all these new, new watchers, new viewers, all of our existing viewers, the Rain Gang. We're a family here. We're building a family. You know what I mean? So thank you guys for joining, really. And make sure you like the video. Maybe subscribe if you enjoy the content. But let's see. He says, you guys want to get a wide receiver in the draft or try and trade for an already established guy in the off season. We've talked about this a couple times. Me and Alex, we're not like go out and get a receiver guys. We want to rebolster that offensive line, maybe, get a tight end later in the draft, get a big guy, something like that. Or, and just other pieces that we actually need. Like I think wide receiver is more of like a want right now. You know how you have you have wants and needs in life, you want that new car, you know what I mean? You want that new phone, that new tablet, whatever. But you probably need to pay your light bill. You need to pay your water, that sort of thing. Like, so I think we definitely need to get a O line in the draft. And in terms of trying to trade, force it. Don't force anything.
Yeah.
And that's what EDC is good at not forcing. So I like that.
I mean, if we wanted an established guy, Kenny Stills is out there, but nobody's touched him. So I'm I really don't think we'll do too much at the receiver position, but hey, nobody thought the Bills were going to go and trade for Stephon Diggs, so you
Yeah.
never know. But that's the thing. A lot of people talking about Josh Allen. I mean, they have built around him. Can you imagine Lamar with a true number one like a Stephon Diggs,
Yeah.
like or the Kyler with a DeAndre Hopkins like that would, or Russell Wilson like a DK Metcalf or Tyler Lockett like that is just crazy. So
Mm.
I I'm gonna say we're not gonna get any receivers. I think maybe we'll draft one later rounds.
Mm.
But if we pick somebody up, it'd be like a Seth Roberts signing, really low risk.
Yeah.
But maybe there's always that chance for a trade unless if like a receiver gets unhappy. So I doubt it'll
Well,
happen.
we'll see. We'll see. Justin Henry, he says, "What do you think about Jamar Chase from LSU? I know we can't get him in this year's draft, but I personally feel like he's going to be a top 10 wide receiver of all time." Wow.
Oh, hot take, hot take, hot take.
Scolding hot take.
Hey,
We're gonna have to write this one down and come back to it in maybe like 2 or 3 years. Justin Henry, why don't you subscribe? Stick around. We'll give you your props. If
yes,
by his second or third year he is balling out, we're gonna bring this back up on the podcast because
yes.
I say it's definitely a bold statement and a very hot take.
He's a
Uh,
baller. The
mhm.
LSU they can develop some man. The receivers they have developed, it's definitely he'll be a stud. He'll be a
Yeah,
stud.
he'll be good. He'll be good. Let's see what else we have in here. Make sure you guys put your questions in the chat, man. We love to answer you guys' questions. So make sure you put the questions in the chat. Rushball, she says, "Do we miss Earl?" No, I don't miss
I don't think
Earl.
we do. I mean,
Mm-mm.
just thinking about the distraction he brought, like I stood up for him in the offseason. I was like, he's not bad. He wasn't bad last year. He did his job, graded well in the PFF. But after the whole incident with the defense and the personal issues, I could get into it. I just think it was best we move on from him. And I mean, there's a reason why he's still a free agent. He's one of the best safeties in the league when he's healthy and playing, but there's a reason nobody's touched him. So I'll leave it
Yeah,
at that.
you just don't want that in your locker room. Like no matter how good a player is, like if they're gonna make other players like if they're gonna bring the team down, we don't want them in our locker room.
No.
So let's see.
Actually, I
Christina
wanted to bring it up.
Williams. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, you go after this question. I got you.
After this question,
I'll bring it. Yeah,
Christina Williams says, "Do you see Chris Moore balling out against the Giants?"
on special teams, I do.
Okay, okay,
I don't think I have too much of a role in the offense,
fair enough. Yeah, I
especially with
don't. I
Dez.
mean, there's too many receivers to feed for us to be worrying about Chris Moore right now, honestly. But yeah, maybe in special teams though, we'll see an impact from him. What were you about to say though?
So I haven't seen anybody bring this up yet. There was
Hmm.
a few comments in my video of Tyler Huntley saying he should be the backup quarterback,
Ah,
and
yeah.
he looked good. He
Hmm.
looked good, but let's not get too ahead of ourselves. I believe after this year, I think Trace McSorley and Tyler Huntley should have a battle.
Hmm.
For a healthy battle. I think we should keep both of them. But I feel Trace McSorley should be our backup. Here are my reasons why. Okay,
Hmm.
his
Yeah, I want
first
to hear
action,
this.
his first action on the field, primetime television, Heinz Field, and gives us a chance in the game. Second time he's on the field, gets thrusted in out of nowhere. Lamar Jackson has a cramp. Does a great job of keeping us in the game against the Browns. He hasn't come in the fourth quarter of blowing people out. I think he should be the number two. But like I said, give Tyler Huntley his chance. Maybe he can beat him out for it. But as of right now, to leave it at that. I just can't give it to Tyler Huntley after one or two series against a 1-12 defense.
Hmm.
But he
Yeah,
did look good, and he did look electric, which I like to see. So you never know. We could always trade him and flip him for a third round pick. EDC is a magician.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, if I tell you one thing, he did look electric. He did look
Yes.
electric, especially on that, the QB draw play, or the run past the RPO where he took it up the middle. Man, it looked good. It looked good, man. If
Yeah.
I didn't know any better, I would have thought it was Lamar. I would have thought it was Lamar, man.
Yeah.
Huntley, I want to see more of him. I want to see more. I
That's
think
like
that
we
we
both want
may,
preseason. That's why like
yeah,
we've talked about this off air. Like we really cannot wait for preseason because we
yeah,
get to see these guys.
yeah. We need to see our backup quarterbacks. I mean, I loved seeing Trace McSorley come in when he did, and and to your point, he stepped up where he needed to step up and keep us in those games. But Yeah, so I mean, when you put it that way, I agree with you. I agree with you. We just haven't seen enough from Tyler Huntley, but I think he could be special.
Yeah,
You never know with these guys. I mean, we thought the same thing about Lamar Jackson, but to like a different degree, a lower degree.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like when we first drafted him, it was just like, okay, cool, we drafted a quarterback, but he's not gonna play like right away because we have Joe. So
yeah,
it was like whatever, but you never know with these young guys, man. They could be really special. Look at Jalen Hurts. Look at
yeah. He's been balling out. I love to
just
see
balling
it.
out. You know,
It's
so
crazy because like he went undrafted, Tyler Huntley. Like you're trying to tell me he
hmm
wasn't worth a seventh round pick? I
yeah.
mean, there's teams that have cut players from the sixth, seventh round, and he was. I mean, hey, I'm not complaining. He's on our team. He fits our scheme well. So I mean, it'll be nice to see him hopefully next year, or maybe even in the fourth quarter of our next coming games. Hopefully blow him out, throw him
Right.
in.
Let's see. So we got a couple more questions in here. Adit Mahmood, he says, what is an under the radar position the Ravens could target in the first round? I think cornerback could be one. It's not a bad take there.
I'm not
Not
against
a
that.
bad take, Adit. I'm not against that either, like at all.
Think
Like,
about it. He'd be your number three.
yeah.
Develop. I wouldn't be
I
against
mean,
that.
not at all. Like anything to make the secondary, like if the secondary can get even stronger than it is, hey, by all means. And I trust those guys in the front office at the Ravens organization, EDC and all those guys. I know Ozzie Newsome still has a hand in like who we draft and stuff like that. So I would not mind picking up a good cornerback in the first round. I think
No.
that's a good point, Adit. Let's
I mean,
see.
think to
Yeah,
your point, when we drafted Marlon Humphrey, we had Jimmy Smith and Brandon Carr.
yeah.
We get Marlon Humphrey now. Look, Humphrey's our number
Mm.
one.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely wouldn't be against corner. That's a very good point.
Yeah, it's an under the radar position as well.
Yeah,
Going into the season, we wouldn't even have thought that like, hey, we don't need corner. We've got, Tavon Young. We've got, that's another thing. Tavon Young is coming back next year, so
hey, I just if he when he is healthy, he has a knack for getting the ball. So
yeah,
and especially he's a scoop and score king with Marlon
yeah.
punching him out. He could be there on the receiving end taking him for six.
Let's see. Brian DeRosa, he says, how do you boys rate Chuck Clark? Speaking of Earl, Chuck
We've
Clark,
we've talked about this.
we
You can go
have.
ahead. You explore.
Chuck Clark, man, he just this season I haven't really been the biggest fan. He seems like he's out of place a lot. Two, he seems undersized for a lot of like the positions that he's trying to fill. A lot of times he ends up, covering tight ends. He'll get caught over. The tight end gets a couple extra yards. It's very frustrating from
Yeah.
Chuck Clark. I like him. I'm just not the biggest fan of him. I think that, maybe next year or something like that, if he doesn't get any better, we should probably try to move on from him. But what do you think about Chuck Clark?
He's definitely had his issues with covering tight ends mainly.
Mm,
Um, that's why I think we should definitely look at maybe getting a safety. I mean, we have Geno Stone and Nigel Warrior behind them, but I think getting a safety is never hurts. I mean, Geno Stone was a steal. He was a second
yeah.
round projected draft pick, and we got him in the sixth or seventh round.
hmm
So I like to see him get more game time, but I think I'm gonna rock with you there. I think give him one more season
Yeah.
and then kind of assess it from there.
Yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. Let's see. Tyler Sugart. He says, "What seed do you guys think we'll end up with?" Hey, man,
I'll take anything. I
I'll
don't
take
care.
anything, any seed you can give me. 7 seed, though. Honestly, if I'm being realistic,
Yep.
I mean, I
Um,
just think that it's going to be one of those teams, either the Dolphins or the Colts, and I think it's more likely to be the Dolphins. Um, the Colts go win out, and if they do, they're still one game ahead of us, so they'd get that 6 seed. So, yep.
I can't wait to clip that clip and play it in a few weeks when we're the 7th seed and the
hmm
Dolphins choke out. Like he did it again. He did it
Yeah.
again.
Let's see. Christina Williams, could you see us getting Kenny Galladay? I think we've talked about this before on a couple episodes. I could
We'd
see us
love
doing
to.
it. We'd love to do it. It's just don't force it. Don't
Yes.
give up too much. Because again, we have a Dez Bryant, we have a Marquis Brown, we have a Devin Duvernay who we haven't even unlocked his full potential
Touched.
yet.
It's
Prochet who didn't really get to do his
we
thing.
wasn't utilized right in my opinion.
Yeah. Haven't really utilized him right at all yet. Let's see.
I
Phantom
also feel
Storm
like
Clan, he
it,
says, Oh, go ahead.
If we were to spend money on a receiver like him, I would, like I mentioned this before, I'd much rather go to Orlando Brown or Mark Andrews.
Yeah,
I'm talking about that. Just keeping our guys locked up.
definitely. Fatal Storm Clan, he says, what wide receivers should we trade for, and will you make videos like this when the NFL season is over? What wide receiver should we trade for? I mean, Galladay, Allen Robinson. If we can pick up Stills, I wouldn't be mad at that. But other than that, I don't really see us, like I said, making any moves like that. Again, just not forcing it. So, yeah.
I could see us getting
But
Stills. I know we signed Michael Floyd last year during the preseason. Just picking
mm,
them up, have them on the roster, and just see what they can do.
mm-hmm,
Guys like a Stills, but I just can't see us getting Robinson. I mean, I know we got to put money in the offense, but I'd much rather that money, like I said, keep our guys locked up because we cannot
mm,
afford to lose Orlando Brown or Mark Andrews.
yeah, absolutely not. We cannot afford to lose them at all, actually.
And the sad thing is, Orlando Brown's stock just keeps him going higher and higher because he's playing better and better every week.
Yeah. I see a couple people in the chat talking about Greg Roman. Do you think
Ooh,
that, like, with Greg Roman, the whole situation, the offense has been better the past couple weeks, right?
yes.
But for the majority of the season, the offense has been struggling. So do you think, like, this last little late, season push by the offense getting better, do you think that's going to protect his job for at least another year, Giro?
If we make the playoffs, and if we, depending what we do in that game,
Yeah.
like the past 2 years in the playoffs, our offense has been the reason we've crashed out of the playoffs. Just the
Mm,
play calling was horrendous. So if we make it this year and we just play how we know, the running, and just none of the stupid passing plays. And I think even if we lose, which I really hope we don't, if it's more say the defense's fault, I think he keeps his shot. But if
yeah.
we go into the playoffs again, he just drops whatever he did last year. I think he's gone.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Let's see. Joseph Follette says, we messed up paying Stanley. I disagree, man. I
I have to
disagree.
disagree with that. I think we got lucky with this price because I think he got paid. I don't know how much Tunsil got, but I know it's in the same area. And Stanley is miles better than Laramie Tunsil.
Absolutely, absolutely. He says that Orlando Brown is better than Stanley. Orlando Brown has to be better than everybody right now.
Yeah.
Orlando
In
Brown,
fact, he played left tackle, right tackle,
yeah,
an elite level.
yeah. He's definitely he's been holding it down for us on the offensive line. Big shout out to him. A couple people in the chat, they're saying he's the best tackle in the league. Man, I it's probably he's up there. He's definitely up there. Christina Williams says Stanley was lucky he got the contract because if he didn't get it and Orlando still played good at left tackle, I could see Stanley gone.
That's a really good point.
Yeah, yeah,
But I
that
think
is
we
a
would
good
have
point as well.
franchised him after the tag with
Yeah,
him.
we would have held on to him. Like we need him with a quarterback like Lamar. When we
Yeah.
need Lamar to really throw the ball, you see what Lamar does with a clean pocket. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like he can throw it all over the field, like like it's nothing really. I mean, of course he'll miss a couple throws here and there, but with a fairly clean pocket, Lamar can make some really good throws and make some
Agreed.
really big plays. Let's see, our guy KLA Sports. What's up, man? He says, I think the Ravens need to get Steve Sarkisian, the Bama offensive coordinator, Mike Leach, Mississippi State coach, or Lane Kiffin, the Ole Miss coach, as our new offensive coordinator if Giro gets fired. All college guys.
Yeah. I mean, you can look at a Cliff Kingsbury. He came in, went to the Cardinals, did his thing. I mean, he coached Patrick Mahomes in college. So, I
Yeah,
mean, that's definitely an option because I think all of the good offensive coordinators or good offensive coaches, head coaches, or want a head coaching job.
yeah,
So definitely could look at them. Because I'm
mm,
not too hip on the college scene, but I would
yeah.
definitely. I mean, it's about to be bowl time, so I'll be watching them. So we'll see.
Absolutely, absolutely. Cameron Nichols, shout out to you. He says, "What do you think about Deshaun Elliott?"
I don't think I'm the best person to ask about this.
Why
I don't think
not?
I am. I'm a huge Sean Elliott fan. I love him.
I mean, well, what have you liked from him this season, Deshaun Elliott?
I think we've all loved it. Just the what he brings to the defense,
The
lowering the
energy,
shoulder, cracking somebody.
physicality. Yeah,
Yes,
man. Yeah. You love to have those physical corners. That's what we think about Deshaun. We love the physicality, just the heart of the game. And I know he's been banged up. I think he has a calf injury right now. Is it a calf or I know Calais is a calf, but I think Deshaun is too.
Yeah, Calais has like a lingering uh, issue right now. I don't know what Deshaun. I can check. I don't know if they released an injury report. Let me check it out.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, just the physicality from Deshaun Elliott. It's just been that Derrick Henry hit against the Titans, man. That solidified.
That
for
lives in
me.
my head rent free.
Yeah, man. It's just like you really went head to head with him. Speaking of Derrick Henry threw somebody else out the club this past week. It was ridiculous, man.
It's a weekly thing. It's a weekly
Yeah,
thing at this point.
yeah. And just talking about, kind of want to shift gears just a little bit here. Just talking about like potential playoff scenarios. I think we talked about this a little bit last week. As it stands right now, we're probably going to end up having to play either the Bills, Steelers, or the Browns in the wild card matchup. That's what it's looking like for us.
The Browns,
Or the Browns, right?
if they win the
Because
North,
if they
win the
win,
North,
yeah, if
yeah,
they
yeah,
win,
yeah, yeah.
because they're in contention
There's
now
still
since
the
the
chance.
Steelers
Yeah.
lost again. Yeah,
Hey,
so
I don't want to play the Browns because I'm a big fan of. Well, I'm a big believer in you don't beat a team 3 times a year. It's very rare. I think if we played them again, they would have our number.
which would suck.
So it's
That
like Titans or Steelers. I don't care who.
the Titans is just like the Titans is just remember the Titans, you know?
Exactly.
Like you know what they're doing. You know what they're gonna do. It's just a matter of can our defense hold up long enough to squeak out a W, you know what I mean? Because Derrick Henry just looks absolutely unstoppable. Unstoppable. No one can stop him. He's averaging, I think in the last like what 5 weeks, he's averaging what 150 yards a game or
It's
something
not
like
fair.
that. It's not fair at all. So
I'm
it's like
I'm glad you bring him up because I was watching. I think Deion Sanders said it. The most valuable player in football right now is a running back by the name of Derrick Henry, and
yeah,
it got me thinking. I'm like, that's a really good point. I mean, I know the
yeah.
quarterbacks are usually like the guys that get it, but I'm just thinking like the Titans without Derrick Henry, they're not even a playoff contender.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
because he just him being there, the threat of him just opens up the passing game so
Yeah.
much.
You can control the game like so much like with him in the game. He's kind of like it's like when you're playing chess, you know? You got those pieces that can kind of control the board like, you know, your king
Yeah,
and your queen, that sort of thing. That's what he is. He's King Henry, man. He really does his thing. He controls games just by being there, just by being in the backfield. When Derrick Henry's in the backfield, people are like, okay, we have to sheet up. We have to, you know, try to stop
stack
Derrick
the
Henry before he
box.
break.
Yeah,
Yeah, stack the box, load it up, and then boom. Next thing you know, Ryan Tannehill's hitting you over the top. Ryan Tannehill. It's like it's easy for him too. It's easy for him. It's like
he'll run
one-on-one
it too
coverage.
on you.
Yeah, he'll run it on you, and then he's doing his little end zone dance. You know, when he runs it in, it's like, oh man, you lucky son
We
of a.
saw it last January. We
Yeah,
saw it, and
man.
we saw it this year.
Tannehill's got it made, man. He's got a great coach. He's got a great running back. He's got a great rookie wide receiver. It's like things are on the up and up for Ryan Tannehill for sure. But that is
I
one
still,
team that I would not want to see in the
I still
playoffs,
think he was
honestly.
overpaid. I think he was overpaid, and Derrick Henry was underpaid. That's just
Yeah, should have been the other way around.
exactly.
But I just don't. I don't want to see the Titans. I would rather see the Titans get knocked out of the playoffs before we have to see them because with the way that we look right now on defense, it looks like we stopped the run pretty well, fairly well against the Jags, but against like good running backs like Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb, they had a game against us. Let's see, who else had it? I mean, of course,
Zeke didn't do too much.
he didn't do too much, but he was averaging 4 yards a carry. And Zeke
Yeah,
averaging 4 yards a carry is going to be Derrick Henry averaging 6 yards a carry or 6.5.
yeah, and I think back to when we played the Titans, we had him locked down for 3 quarters. We just couldn't finish it out, and we
Yeah,
didn't have
that's
Calais
the scary
Campbell.
part.
And
That's the
with that,
scary part.
with having Calais make that difference, and Madubuike having more games under his belt, would
Yeah,
that make the difference?
yeah.
I don't know. And
It's tough to tell, man. It's tough to tell. I mean, we went out and got Calais Campbell for the sole purpose of stopping Derrick Henry and the Titans in the playoffs, because you saw what happened in the AFC divisional matchup last year. We
Oh
just
man,
we couldn't stop them for anything to save our life. So this year, hopefully, and that's why, going into the game against the Jags, I was saying that, hey, hopefully we rest Calais Campbell, and I'm glad we actually did do that. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Because he needs to be healthy by the time the playoff comes, because we're gonna need him to shut down the running attack of a Derrick Henry. We're gonna need him to completely shut down, our running attack of the Steelers and the
yeah.
Bills, and we're gonna
And
need,
he can get after
yeah,
the quarterback too. He can get after
yeah,
quarterbacks.
mm-hmm,
He can bat down passes.
yeah,
Um,
super valuable,
Thinking about it, we didn't have Big Baby either for Derrick Henry and Titans, and
right?
it brings up this point. I tweeted it out. I believe Brandon Williams is the most underrated player on the Ravens. When he is there, we play much better. When he is
Yeah,
out, we play terrible in the defense. That is just me.
sure,
I just
facts.
feel like when he's like, we got to keep him. And I think we drafted him out of BK to be his replacement or to be his successor. So
Mm,
he needs to stay healthy. To him and Jimmy Smith, I feel when they are healthy, our defense is a much better team.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Um, Yeah. Let's see if we had any more questions in here in the meantime. Was there anything else that you wanted to get to, bro?
I'm not too sure. So I know we have the Giants coming up. We cannot
Mm-hmm.
take them lightly
Right.
whatsoever. Did you watch the Sunday night game by any chance?
No, I did not catch. I did not catch that.
Joe Judge, they were in the red zone their first three drives.
Hmm.
They went for it two times. They didn't get it either time. I don't know what
Hmm.
the hell they're doing. They had a field goal. They came on a field goal. They had the punter throw it to the center. It
What?
just they basically just gave the Browns the game. So if they do that dumb stuff against us, I would like to see it. But just play them hard. Play like we played the Jags. Run it down their
Hmm.
throats. Open them up in the passing game.
Is Daniel Jones playing?
He's still in. I don't know. I think he's still injured. So I think it might be Colt
Hmm.
McCoy again.
Oh yeah, it's gonna
If
be
they
a rough
throw
day.
if they throw in Daniel Jones, he might get hurt again. The way the pass rush looked last week.
Yeah, honestly, man, and I think Calais Campbell, they're probably gonna get ready to have him, ready to go against the Giants. At least I think so. With him sitting out a week, I think he's gonna be green lighted to play. Now, I hope he doesn't. Honestly, if I'm being
Yeah,
completely honest with you, a
I
Saquon
agree.
Barkley list, Giants. I'm not worried about, Wayne Gallman. I'm just not like, yeah. So, I think we should definitely rest him again. Give Matabike more reps, whatever we need to do. Cameron Nichols says Matabike is a future stud, huge draft still. He was a beast at A&M, and yeah,
We
honestly,
all
he
love him
was.
here.
I loved that draft pick when we got him. That was one of my favorite draft picks. I think that was a steal in the draft, and yeah, I'm glad we got him. And I can't wait to see him develop. Kingbird 5060 says Ravens, stay focused. Don't sleep on the Giants. Yes, can't sleep on the
Yes.
Giants.
Can't sleep with any team, man. Even the
Can't
Bengals.
sleep on nobody.
The
But
Bengals.
I'm just worried about
What's in front of
Wayne
them?
Gallman a little bit less than I'm worried about Derrick Henry. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it's just call a spade a spade. But let's see. Christina Williams says, did you know Ben Powers has the highest win percentage in the NFL?
Yes. I saw that.
Hmm.
Yes.
That's
He's stepped
interesting.
up. He
He's
has
balling.
stepped up.
Yeah.
I mean, he's solidifying his starting offensive line position,
Hmm.
and he's taking and running with it. So I can't get mad at that. Love to see
Yeah.
it. He got his chance and he stepped up.
Yeah. Let's see. Joseph Follett says, I don't know if Campbell should play. We need him if we make the playoffs. Agree. I
But we need to win.
definitely agree.
Gotta
We
win
do
these
need to
games.
win these last two games, but you saw what we did to the Jags without Calais Campbell, and our pass rush actually looked decent, So
I'll,
I don't know, man.
I'll propose this. I
Hmm.
think we should sit him this week, and assuming we win, have him for Week 17 because Giovanni
Yeah.
Bernard looked very good last night,
Hmm.
and even if Joe Mixon plays, they have a great running back, and Joe Mixon and Bernard look good too. So having him for
Yeah.
even Week 17 would be big, even if it's
Yeah.
a limited snap count.
Yeah. Let's see. Dr. Didi says Cam Newton should not be the starting quarterback. Hey, man, it's
He
like,
looked it's,
I
it
don't
looked
know who else you
rough.
start out there in New
I don't
England.
think Stidham is the answer either,
Definitely not Jarrett Stidham is not the answer.
and Hoyer isn't either. I mean,
Absolutely
you
not.
brought up the point. They could get the Trace McSorley off of us. I remember you brought up that. I can definitely see
Oh,
that
I did say
happening
that.
now.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean, that could
possible.
definitely happen.
Possible, absolutely. Definitely possible. Christopher Swain, he says Brandon Williams has an advantage. He's a shorter O lineman and he plays with great power and leverage. He's a load to try and knock him off the ball. He's also very strong as well. Yeah.
Have
Brandon
you seen his
Williams.
arms? His arms are
Yeah.
huge.
It's like it reminds me of like Vince Wilfork.
Yes, that's a great
Yeah.
comparison. He's huge. I mean, even when you block him, you need two people to block him,
Yeah.
and that's why
Absolutely.
his name isn't brought up a lot. 'Cause he does the dirty work.
Hmm.
So
He does. He does. Indeed. So today is Tuesday.
yes,
And let's see, Thursday is Christmas
Eve.
Eve. So are we gonna stream? Are we gonna stream? When are we gonna stream for the
So
preview, or what are we doing? Because we
so
didn't
I
talk about
have
that.
plans 3 o'clock that day. I
Ah,
should be
okay,
home around 7ish, 7ish,
okay,
8ish. I'll be free
okay.
then. Also, people in the chat, would you be there to watch it? I mean, there's no point in doing it if you guys are going to
Yeah,
watch
if
it,
the rain gang's not there, you
right?
know.
There's no point because we need the insight, which is like
Yeah,
75% of the show, which is your insight.
just a little, and it won't even be very long. We won't keep y'all long. Just about maybe 45 minutes to an hour of power, maybe. Just us talking Ravens. We'll give our Christmas list, of things that we want for the rest of the season
Yes.
from the Ravens
Hey,
and our Christmas wishes. Yeah.
I see. We should stream during the game. Spiritual dub. The issue with that is I curse way too much during the games, which is a big issue. I feel like we would get banned if we did.
Hmm.
So, but I would love to, except I maybe mute my mic every other 10 minutes, maybe five
Yeah.
minutes.
It'd be the raw and uncut Purple Rain podcast live stream
Yeah,
for sure.
it wouldn't be pretty. I mean,
Yeah.
actually, I
Just a
have a
couple.
question too.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you guys superstitious with wearing jerseys? Because I've worn my Lamar Jackson jersey the past 3 games we've won. That
Hmm.
I'm very superstitious.
Hey man, it's I'm superstitious as well because like I would wear my I have another Ravens hoodie. It's actually I'll show you guys.
Okay. All right. Well, he's going to get that. Oh, he got it
It's
quick.
actually
Never
right
mind.
here.
You got it quick. Okay. Never
Yeah,
mind.
it was like right on my bed. I've worn this Ravens hoodie the past couple times that we lost big games. Like I wore it when we lost to the Chiefs earlier this season. I wore it when we lost to the Titans last year in the playoffs. And I believe I wore it when we played the Steelers the first time this
Okay.
year and we lost to them. So I'm kind of off that hoodie right now. I don't know how I feel
Okay.
about it too much. I got this new one here for my birthday. So, I
That might
might
be the
start
good
wearing
luck
this a little
charm.
more. Yeah,
That
maybe it's
might
the
be.
good luck charm.
I mean,
So I'll start rocking this.
yeah, so with me, actually, last year when we started that 12-game winning streak,
Yeah.
every single week I literally wore the same. I wore a Tony Jefferson jersey, Nike pants, and we won. And then I wore it against the Titans, and we know what happened there. But I'm just super. That's how I am. So I'm
Yeah,
pulling
man.
Lamar jersey once again this week. Hopefully, keeps it up.
Maybe I'll rock my Lamar jersey. Maybe on the if we make the playoffs. When we make the playoffs, I'll wear the Lamar jersey. Yeah.
Speaking of hey, if we make the playoffs, be on the lookout, Purple Rain
Yeah.
gang. Be
Yeah.
on the lookout. Got some stuff.
Definitely.
Got some stuff planned for you guys.
Absolutely. We got some big things on the way. Let's just win. Just keep winning, Just keep winning. We're
Exactly.
gonna make the playoffs if we can just keep winning. Let's see. Our guy Sis says, question, should we be happy or sad that the Steelers are currently playing like a two-pack of ass? Well, right now we're definitely sad. We're sad. It's mixed emotions really because the
Yeah.
Steelers have been on their high horse all year, Steelers fans and whatnot. And now that they're losing, it's kind of like, a lot of them are quiet. Some of them are actually being, realistic and saying like, hey, we're not playing that good of football right now. We need to get better or else we're not going to do anything in the playoffs. And that's just the reality. I mean, of course, that's any team. But at the same time, we need the Steelers to win the next couple weeks so that way we can have a better chance of getting into the playoffs. So,
We
like we said
need that.
earlier, Steelers, get your ish together.
Hey, if we stream on Thursday, I'll pull out my only black and yellow. I have a black and yellow Towson hoodie. I will pull it out just for you.
Go
Please.
Steelers.
Yeah, honestly, like honestly, I've never rooted for you guys in my life. For the one time I need you guys, please beat the Colts.
Let's
It's
see.
Phillip Rivers. Come on.
Yeah, you know. What? Boss says he has the same hoodie, but a Steelers one his girl got for him. Yeah, man. Real comfortable hoodie too. I like it. Absolutely. Let's see.
Hey, if you have the same hoodie, wear it on Sunday. Please, maybe that's your good luck charm. Never know.
No. Let's see. KLA Sports says that Steelers pack hitting different.
Come on. The Juju
my
one's even better.
gosh.
Don't worry.
Yeah, the Juju pack is that's what really, bro. Wow. I need some of that, honestly. Let's see. How about we you guys have been with the Rain Gang here for about an hour and 11 minutes.
Oh,
How about we talk a little bit of fantasy football? Just give a quick little update. I know a lot of people may not even be playing fantasy football at this point in the season anymore. They might have got knocked out, but some people are still in there, you know?
yes.
So let's just do a little review, shall we, of some fantasy football.
I'm here. Let's do it.
Yeah, and you guys, if you guys are still in, the fantasy football league and in contention, if you're in the playoffs and the Super Bowl, let us know. Let us know if you need any advice. But for me, I'm in the fantasy football Super Bowl in my league, in two of my leagues actually, but my main league, I'm playing against somebody who has Josh Allen, Aaron Jones, David Montgomery, Devontae Adams, J.K. Dobbins. I'm playing against J.K. Dobbins this week, and they're starting them against the Giants. Ooh, I might be worried. But hopefully I can win. Boz, I don't know if I can start Ebron this week. He just
No,
he
don't. No,
he
no, no,
didn't.
no, no.
Yeah,
I'm gonna override that one.
just override it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with my guy Rob Gronkowski there. But it's looking like, because I have Joe Mixon on injured reserve, it's looking like he might play.
Okay.
Shit, I mean, if he plays, I don't know if I start him. He hasn't played like all season, so I don't know. I'm also relying on Mike Davis again.
I don't think McCaffrey will be back. I don't think
If he's not back,
this week.
that's good news for me.
Yeah. So I'm obviously out. I'm out of the playoffs. But I play in a league with our guy, it's Boz. He's in the championship. So I'm going to run down his team, and I know he needs a lot of help. He asked me,
Boz.
he needs help.
Let's hear it.
And you know what? I don't want to, sound too cocky, but I told him, pick up Tony Pollard. Zeke's out. He has Zeke.
Yeah.
31.2 points for him. So you're welcome. You're welcome. So here's Boz's team. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Jacobs, Leonard Fournette, Stephon Diggs, Justin Jefferson, Darren Waller, Tony Pollard, Pittsburgh defense, and Greg the Leg Zerline. And then on his bench, he had Corey Davis. So, I mean, I say you got to run with the same team unless Antonio Gibson is back.
Then you take out Leonard Fournette in a heartbeat.
Yep. Hey, Fournette put up 21.5 points this week too.
But he
2
was
touchdowns.
very touchdown dependent. He had like two 1-yard touchdown rushes. Like, it's very deceiving in fantasy. A guy can go for 2 touchdowns, but they were both just punching it in from the 1-yard line, and he had like maybe 60 yards rushing, if that.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, all right, dude, whatever. But I think Boz, you got a good chance. I don't know who you're playing against this week, but you have a good chance with that team. You got Darren the Baller Waller. You got who did you say? Josh Jacobs. Yeah, Jacobs played pretty well.
Diggs has been a machine. Waller put up 30 and Pollard put up 31. So, and even if Pollard doesn't play, you have Zeke. So you're in a pretty good position, my guy. He put up 189 points this week. So that's, in our league, that's very unheard of.
He says he's playing a god team.
So I know a team he's playing against. I can pull that up too. He's playing against Kyler Murray, Nick Chubb, Alvin Kamara, DK Metcalf, Robert Tonyan, the Baltimore defense, Young Ho Koo, Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson. And he also has Jalen Hurts as his backup, who put up a really good game. Yeah.
Man. But see, this is what fantasy football is all about. The fantasy football Super Bowl, you're supposed to be playing against a really good team.
too.
You never know. It's a toss up every time, and that's the fun in it. But I think you guys are gonna have a really really good matchup that this week for the Super Bowl. But good luck to you, man. Good luck,
Yeah, for all the
honestly.
marbles, my guy. For all the money.
Yeah. Let's see. Gabriel McCarthy says, "Would you guys start Aaron Rodgers versus the Titans, or Lamar Jackson versus the Giants?" I'm gonna go
Ooh.
Lamar. I'm gonna go Lamar.
I'm gonna go Lamar too. I watched the game last week with the Packers, and I wasn't too impressed. Fantasy speaking, fantasy wise.
Mm,
So I think Lamar gives you the better chance for fantasy.
yeah, because Lamar, like he'll throw at least one, maybe two, three. How many touchdown passes did he throw last week? Three of them, right? Yeah,
Boykin, Mandrews, and Dez.
yeah. So I think that he'll definitely get you maybe two through the air. Maybe
And he ran for
maybe
one.
one. Yeah, he ran for one too. He'll probably run for one. Gets you maybe 50, 60 yards on the ground, which is what you need for fantasy football. You need the passing numbers, you need the rushing numbers, and you need the scores. And I think you can get all of those things from Lamar Jackson. So definitely would say start Lamar Jackson over Aaron Rodgers against the Titans.
And in his last 3 games, he's put up really good numbers.
Yeah,
So fantasy speaking, not you know stat wise, but fantasy speaking, I definitely would start Lamar.
yeah. Cameron Nichols says, should I pick up Baker Mayfield and bench Russell Wilson?
Wow.
Baker's been heating up. That's a good question.
Let me
Baker's
check
been
the
heating up.
the schedule for the Seahawks. Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
Rams this week.
Ooh, tough,
I think it's Baker.
tough.
Baker plays the Jets.
Yeah,
Got to
I'm
go
going
Baker.
Baker. Baker's been feeling himself lately too. So
Dangerous.
yeah, he's been feeling dangerous. So I would definitely put Baker over Russell Wilson. Now, it's not to say that Russell Wilson might not go out there and get you 3 touchdowns and two of them be to Tyler Lockett, one of them to DK Metcalf. Just it'd be one of those type of games. It's not to say that
Yeah.
doesn't happen, but I think that Baker Mayfield is probably your better bet there.
Yeah. I mean, in the first half of the year, Baker wasn't doing anything, but he's definitely picked it up.
Yeah,
Definitely picked it up. So I think Baker's the way to go.
yeah. Gabriel McCarthy, he says he appreciates the advice.
That's what we're here
Yeah,
for.
that's what we're
Talk it
here
up.
for, man. Yeah, talk it up. Give you guys some good fantasy advice. Make sure you guys like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you like the content. Ryan says, how is Baker still available in your league? Yeah, I mean, shoot, Baker, he's been playing really, really well. Like, he was gone in my league like weeks ago, but he's definitely come on pretty strong in the second half of the season. So, and real quick, I guess our guy V Drix Z27, he says, any comments on Tyler Huntley? We talked about him a little bit earlier. Tyler Huntley, we thought that he looked electric. It was a word that Alex used to describe him. But of course, we came to the consensus that he should not be, the second string over Trace McSorley. Trace McSorley, he's earned that spot whenever he does come back. Because I don't know his whole injury situation right now. I think because his injury wasn't too serious.
Yeah, thankfully. It looked bad first glance.
Yeah.
I thought it was a torn ACL, to be honest.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Tyler Huntley looked good. But we need to see more. That was our consensus on him.
Preseason next year, which we're looking forward to. Hopefully, we'll be in the stands. Hopefully, the Purple Rain podcast. We had a Ravens preseason game. That'll be awesome. But hopefully, we see more of him in the preseason. You can see what he really is about, what he brings to the team.
Absolutely, absolutely. Before we get out of here for the night, guys, go ahead and just drop any questions, comments, concerns you have for us down in the chat. Anything. It doesn't have to be about the Ravens. It doesn't have to be about football. It doesn't have to be about sports. It can be about anything.
Cats or dogs, fall or
Cats
spring,
or dogs,
winter or summer.
Do you have a dog? Do you have a cat? What do you do in the summertime?
Yes.
What's your middle name? I don't know.
Bring it on.
I don't know. Bring it on. All the questions, Well, so yeah, we'll wait a couple seconds for you guys to do that. But in the meantime, we are so appreciative of you guys, consistently coming through, liking our videos, subscribing to the channel. We are at about 260 subscribers right now.
Big.
Yeah, big. That's big. That's big time.
Thank you. Thank you
so much. So yeah, we appreciate you guys. And let's see. Vidrick says simply, do you edit your own vids?
I edit all of my own vids. I'm the only person on my channel. I run my channel. Nobody. It's just me. I've been asked if it's like multiple people on my channel. It's just me. Uh, there have been times where I would lose sleep over that channel. That channel is like my baby. So yeah, I do edit all my own vids.
Yeah. Spiritual Dub, he says, will Dez throw up the X again?
Hard yes for me.
Yeah,
Hard yes.
it's a hard yes. He might do it again this week.
Hey,
Dude.
former division rival. Why
Yeah.
not?
Why not? Why not score 2 of them?
Is that another prediction? I think.
Is that a?
I think
it is. I think it is. I got Dez scoring 2 touchdowns, 2 touchdown catches against the Giants. 2 of them. Dez Bryant. And it's gonna be one of those days where Dez is just catching everything. He catches his second touchdown pass, and the announcer is like, "Touchdown! Guess who? Dez Bryant." Dez gets up, throws up the X. It's just gonna be a great time, man. It's gonna be a great
Did you see
time.
like the whole team throwing up the X after he scored? That was awesome.
Yeah, Lamar did it. That was awesome, man. And then the talk he had with Harbaugh afterwards, heartwarming. You know.
That's love to see
That's
it.
one thing I will say about John Harbaugh. He gives his guys like some really good encouragement, you know what I mean, on the sidelines. So, which is important. So, let's see. Joseph Follett says, "What sports do y'all play?" So, I play a little bit of football back in my earlier days when I was younger. But mainly just like recreational wise, I like to play a lot of basketball. It keeps me in shape, high motor type sport. I've been playing that for years. I love basketball. And then also, let's see, I enjoyed playing soccer, but I'm really bad at it. I'm really bad at it. So, yeah. But yeah, what about you, bro?
So I used to play football younger, then basketball, and now soccer. Love soccer. Favorite sport to play. So much fun. I'm not bad at it. I'm not the best, but I can definitely hit you with a nice little sprint, give you a little assist. You tuck it in bottom corner. So
yeah, okay. Any upper 90s action?
I'm glad you asked. I have a story. So
Yeah.
I played soccer. I played on the same team as Boz, and we practiced together, and we were at the fields this past summer, and he on scoring a goal with your weak foot is kind of already hard enough. So he's doing his thing, kicking it up, and I'm sitting there on my phone, looking through, and he boots it right towards me. I'm sitting at the corner of it, top corner. I hit it away with my left hand.
Ooh.
He basically hit it with his weak foot, top corner. I took it away from him. So I took away probably one of his best goals he would ever score. But I have put a few top corner.
Wow, that's a nice kick, boss.
when it comes around springtime, I'll gotta get some videos. Do that.
Oh yeah, and we'll play them on the podcast.
Why not?
Let's see. Real quick, Cameron Nichols says Clippers versus Lakers is on for all the b-ball fans. Basketball NBA season just started today. I know the Nets just played. They just beat the Warriors. Kevin Durant had 22 points. Kyrie Irving had 26 points. Steph Curry had 20 points, 10 assists. So yeah, I'm definitely excited for basketball season.
Something else to watch.
Absolutely. Our guy Sis, he says, if the Ravens beat the Chiefs in the playoffs, would you run around the block in a diaper? Oh man, I don't know if I would run around the block in the diaper so much as I would probably just take like 2 or 3 shots of alcohol, like back to back to back, because that is quite the achievement, and I would have to celebrate in some way, shape, or form. And yeah, because that's come on, man. We beat the Chiefs. If we beat the Chiefs, man, who's gonna tell us anything? Nobody can tell us nothing at that point.
I feel if we beat the Chiefs, that means we made it to the Super Bowl. Honestly,
yeah,
I think it's AFC Championship. Hey, and you know what? Maybe Anthony Avery picked off Patrick Mahomes to seal it. All I'm saying.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm telling you.
Anthony Avery with the interception on Patrick Mahomes late in the game to give the Baltimore Ravens a chance to win Super Bowl. What Super Bowl is this?
54, 55?
54, 55? Anyways, I can imagine the telecasters, the commentators saying something like that, if that prediction is right. Let's see. Who do you guys think is most likely to beat the Chiefs? The Ravens. We can do it.
Of course.
We can do it, man. We are overlooked and underrated in this league right now, so check us out.
Overlooked, underrated. You know why you brought that up? I think somebody has a clothing brand by the same name. Tell them about it.
Absolutely. So I actually do have my own clothing brand. It's called Overlooked Underrated, or OLUR is what the the acronym is. So if you ever feel like you have like a chip on your shoulder, or people are overlooking you, your potential is untapped, you can shop yourself some OLURclothing.com, and I'll put the link in the chat for you guys if you guys want to go shop some merch made by yours truly, Sudden Death. But yeah, let's see. Aver's actually impressing me, absolutely. So is Tyus Bowser. He had another really good game.
Resign Tyus Bowser, please.
Absolutely,
Resign him.
absolutely. Ryan says, "Hey, bro, if we beat the Chiefs, I'll go on stream and drink with you,
What's up,
please."
man? What is up with
Let's
it?
do it. Smoker Boy Murda. He says, realistically speaking, do you guys think we have a chance to win the Super Bowl? I still do, man. I still do. You know what I mean? Like, if our team is hitting our stride at the right point, we hit our stride probably week 5, 6, 7, like 7, 8 last year. But now
Yeah.
we're just hitting our stride. We're hitting our stride at the same time that we did in 2012 when we won the Super Bowl. So we'll see what happens.
I think
We have yeah.
there's no point to why are we watching if we don't think there's a chance we can go all the way. I'll be realistic. I don't think we are the best team in the league right now, but
Yeah.
we weren't the best team in 2012. Our defense was ass. Flacco just went on a crazy run, so anything's possible. So if we make the playoffs, it's look at the Titans. Nobody expect the Titans to do what they did last year. So why don't we do the same thing? And why don't we go all the way? And why don't we win it?
Why not?
So it'll be, and with the whole stride thing, I think a big thing too is staying healthy. Because if you remember, we went into that game last year against the Titans. Mark Andrews was hurt. Mark Ingram was hurt. And Nick Boyle got hurt in the middle of the game, which really hurt us. So if we can just stay healthy, never know. Never know.
You never know. We should be good. We should be good. 2 more questions here. Let's see. Do you think we will sign Judon next year? No, I do not believe so. He did have a good safety this week against Gardner Minshew. I think that was pretty cool. But I don't think that we re-sign him next year. Don't see it happening. And we will end it with this one right here. So Spiritual Dub, he asks, what's y'all favorite fast food place? What's that for you?
So I don't know if you guys have it around you, but Zaxby's is so good.
Yeah.
So they used to have these banana milkshakes, but they stopped serving them. But the closest one to me is like in Virginia. It's about an hour and a half away. Or have it like when I go on vacation to South Carolina. But I mean, the one around me all the time, either Chick-fil-A. Okay, can we classify Five Guys as fast food?
Yeah, you can. You can.
Okay. Probably go Five Guys, Chick-fil-A, and then the Popeyes chicken sandwiches go dumb crazy. They're so good. Probably those are my 3.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, for me, it would be Chick-fil-A number 1, number 2, Chick-fil-A, and number 3 would probably have to be Chick-fil-A, honestly.
Okay.
I'm not like, when it comes to fast food, I don't go a whole lot of places. Just Chick-fil-A is very reliable. It's consistent. The chicken is good. You know what I mean? I don't bite into it not knowing what I'm eating. You know what I mean? Is that sort of thing for me. That's what I value in fast food. I want fast food that's still actually good quality. And I'm not a fan of the Popeyes chicken sandwich. I'm just not.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I had it one time, and I was not impressed. It seemed like more breading than actual chicken. And I was like, I'm not really.
Man, I don't know which one you went to. They did you dirty because one of your mates, literally, the chicken just comes out of it. That's Well, while we're speaking about Chick-fil-A, what is everybody's favorite menu item? I think everybody loves Chick-fil-A. But, if there's, let's say, you're hungry, you haven't eaten all day, what are you going to get? What are you going to order?
From Chick-fil-A? Honestly, man, I'm going to probably haven't eaten all day. I'll probably get the spicy chicken sandwich, or the grilled chicken sandwich. The grilled chicken sandwich is very underrated from Chick-fil-A, man. It's
Never
very
had
good.
that.
Very, very good. Should try it. Give it a shot. I get it with some fries. I love the waffle fries. Those are pretty good. And the nuggets, you can never go wrong. The nuggets are like my quick bite to eat,
You can't.
So, we got a couple people in the chat here. Trevor Watt says the Popeyes chicken sandwich is better than Chick-fil-A sandwich. He's in agreement with Alex.
I'm not saying it's better. They're both different. They both have their ups and downs. But for Chick-fil-A with me, the regular or the spicy chicken sandwich. Definitely the
Yeah.
white waffle fries, but you gotta have the zesty buffalo sauce, the Chick-fil-A
Mm.
sauce, and then the honey mustard. Gotta have all three of them, and then the drink, either a lemonade, half and half, or a milkshake. It just depends. There's just so
Mm.
many things you can get. It just depends how you're feeling.
If you're getting a milkshake, what flavor are you getting?
Cookies and cream. I think it's gonna be cookies and
Mm.
cream.
Okay.
What do you get? What are you getting?
You're a cookies and cream kind of guy.
Yeah, what are you getting?
I'm gonna go with I would have to go with strawberry, man. I love me a strawberry milkshake. I do.
I'll ask you this: have you ever had a bad milkshake at Chick-fil-A? And for me, the answer is no. Never. They've always
No.
been good. No matter what I get. I've had the peach one. They had like the banana one with the vanilla wafers, the peppermint one. They are all good. The vanilla, the
And
chocolate, the strawberry the cookies. They're all good.
most importantly, their milkshake machine is always working. You know, it's always working. Unlike other fast food establishments where it's hit or miss. You know, it's very inconsistent. So, shout out to Chick-fil-A.
Well, I'm not gonna say what restaurant that is that doesn't work, but it's the same restaurant that had my favorite rapper's meal, the Travis Scott meal. Did you have
Yeah.
that meal?
I have
Did you get
not
it?
tried the Travis Scott meal from McDonald's yet. I have not.
You didn't miss
I've been meaning
anything.
to. You
So
know,
it's they moved on from it, but you really didn't miss anything.
yeah, I kind of figured. I mean, I figured it's just like the basic stuff. Like, what was it? It was what, a quarter pounder or it was just a regular McDonald's burger, right? Like meal,
Yeah, with
just
like
Travis Scott
bacon on
bacon.
it. Yeah. I mean the Sprite always hits different. The McDonald's
Yeah,
Sprite is just
yeah,
different. I don't know what it's in it, but it's
yeah. That Sprite could shoot through. It could shoot through walls. Honestly, it's very strong. But
honestly, if the Sprite's in that vaccine, I'm taking it because that Sprite's beating anything out right
oh
now.
yeah, yeah. McDonald's Sprite could definitely beat the virus. I think for sure. What was I about to say though? Oh, did you hear about Travis Scott? He's coming out with like some seltzers.
Oh, cacti,
Yeah,
of course. And when they come
yeah.
out, I'm gonna have them. No more White Claws for me. Cacti. That's all I'm drinking.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a pretty fun convo, man. We gotta ask us more questions like that, just random questions and stuff like that, because we love talking to you guys, getting to know us a little bit more, and we love to get to know the Rain Gang a little bit more as well. And I can see you
Yes.
guys are fans of Chick-fil-A, Popeyes. Cameron Nichols says Whataburger. I've actually never
Ooh.
had that, but now that she says something, I'll probably
See
have to go
now,
try it.
see, I want to go to Houston really badly for the Astro World Fest. So if I ever go, gotta hit there
Yeah,
then.
gotta hit
Because
the
I've heard it's always
Whataburger.
them and In and Out. Like they're like always back and forth.
Yeah, yeah. In-N-Out's pretty good too.
You've had
Um,
it?
I have had it once. I've had it
Okay.
once. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Let's see. But yeah, man, this has been the Purple Rain Podcast, episode 11. Thank you guys for rocking out with us for the past hour and a half. That is Alex Soberman. Go ahead and tell them where they can find you, bro.
Yes. So you can find me on Twitter at @AlexSilverman_ or on Instagram simply as10.prod. And before I hand it off to my guy Sutton, have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy everything, whatever you
Mm,
celebrate. Hope you have a great time. And it's not about the gifts; it's about the valuable family time.
mm. Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm Sutton Def. You can find me on Twitter or Instagram at Sutton Def. Follow me. I'll chop it up with you. I love to interact with you guys. And like Alex said, happy holidays to everybody. Just spend the time with the family. Or just give a gift. You know what I mean? Just do something. It'll make
Yeah.
you feel good. You know what I mean? And just have a good time. Just surrounding yourself with loved ones, friends, family, all that good stuff. And we appreciate you guys for coming through and sitting here with us for the past hour and a half, listening to us talk. It's still it's crazy to think that you guys want to come out here and listen to us
Yeah.
talk about Ravens for like an hour and a half. But hey, we appreciate you guys. We
It's like
love
a big
having this
campfire
discussion.
circle where,
It's
where
a
it's a
big
big,
campfire.
and we have the fire in the middle, and we have you guys. It's all
Yeah.
we want you
We
to be
we
heard
and
too.
we love the Rain Gang, man. We love the Rain Gang. So, with that being said, go ahead and if you're not part of the Rain Gang already, like the video and subscribe to join the Rain Gang as well. And we will catch you. We're gonna catch you guys in the next one, episode 12, which is gonna be on Thursday, Christmas Eve.
Okay.
Won't be here too long for you guys, but we will be here on Thursday, Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve at around 8 o'clock, I think we said,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
around 8. So we'll catch you guys later. Yeah, and you can end it off simply.
End it off. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. And as always, keep those masks up. Don't mask it off like Future said. Not yet.
not
Not
yet,
yet.
not yet.
Soon though. But as always, stay positive and test negative.
Yep, and that's gonna
Simple
do
as
it.
that.
Peace.